Welcome back, yo. Anybody that listened to our first episode, thank you so much. Show your family, show your friends, show your dog, show your cat. You know, it's just it's a blessing to be out here, and thank you for everybody tapping in. So shut up and listen. We are back for the second time. Man. Morgan, how you feeling?
I'm doing good. How are you doing?
Doing great. I'm doing great.
We've had a long weekend. We went to a lot of events in town.
I'm tired, but you know, I'm fulfilled.
So fulfilled. They were great shows.
Everybody in town is doing really cool things, and I love it. And it's very inspiring, and it makes me want to just get back to work.
It really does. We can't let them not know what we've been doing.
What's some of your favorite things this weekend?
Well, we had the Cash McClain album release at Black Noise. That was insane. A packed record store just listening to an album that was released. You got a shirt on where you can go see that on all platforms of Ben Dusty.
The dustiest man alive.
What else did we do? Oh, how could you forget? We went and saw the episode 3. Episode 3 of what?
Descendant of Zach Taylor, the Rhetorician. It was a wonderful time. Actually, just having everybody, not even just Bellingham community, but Seattle community coming up as well, and presenting just their art, whether they're performing music. Morgan Paris Lanza coming up to perform like the jazziest thing I've ever heard in my life, along with Ebony and Miles Harris, like the Miles Harris sister. I can't wait to see those two back in action again.
Dude, just the songs she performed were insane. It was so great. And even her brother being back in town, we're about to have a whole Harris takeover again.
I love it. But yeah, I mean, it was a phenomenal weekend. That was just what we saw, though. So we want to hear what you guys saw. So if you will, send us videos, send us recommendations, send us anything that you feel that people should be knowing about. And we will definitely make sure your voice is heard.
And if you got a show coming up, let us know so that we can try to go there as well.
And make sure your voice is heard. We have the one, the only, descendant of Zach Taylor, Black Ranger in the flesh. Kapow! 1, 2, 3, kapow! We have the Rhetorician in the building. Make some noise, folks. How we doing today?
Yeah, I'm doing good. Doing good. You know, made it to the podcast. Shut up and listen. B-Ham, what's good?
What's up, family?
You've been a busy guy lately.
Yeah, I've been doing some things.
You've been doing some things.
Doing some things, that's for sure. We just finished up the episode 3 premiere, and
it was great. It was a great time.
Legendary night. If you weren't there, you don't miss episode 4.
yo, they ain't gonna miss next one.
You are not allowed to. Well, we know who you are. Do you tell us about you're Jordan, but you're the rhetorician.
That is right.
So how long have you moved to Bellingham? How long have you been to Bellingham?
So I've been in Bellingham for about 5 years now.
5 years. You've just taken over since.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, I moved here from Pittsburgh, PA.
Ooh, East Coast, Beast Coast, baby.
Yeah.
Hey, don't worry, guys. We love the PNW, but East Coast, Beast Coast. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I didn't even make music out east.
So you just started making music when you got here?
When I got here, I was always a writer though. I used to just write for fun.
Poet with the mostest, you know?
No, literally, he was just writing poems, and then he put the poems to beats.
Poems to beats. I remember what really got my creative brain started. I think it was my 24th birthday. I wrote a murder mystery party for my birthday party.
Oh, that's dope.
What? We're doing that for your next, but that sounds fun.
It was a lot of work, but I feel like with the robots now, it'd be totally way more doable.
That's true. ChatGPT.
Say, I want this, and that, and you just sit back, have a little bit of tea, and then it's ready to go.
That's what I'm saying, bro. All you need is note cards, round 1, 2, and 3, and you give everybody their characters beforehand. Normally, the person writing it, I had to die because I knew it happened.
Yeah.
So you just gotta die on your birthday.
I had to die on my birthday.
It's a rebirth.
So now we gotta have someone else write it, so then we can all participate.
Mm-hmm.
But so what? Back on track. What are some So you moved here. You started changing your poetry, going into the music route. What has been your influences since diving into the music?
I've always been a big hip hop fan. I would say, A Tribe Called Quest, my favorite.
Which album, though?
Ooh. Man, I would say today I listen to beats, rhymes, and life the most.
Ooh,
But like,
tough.
I know a lot of people don't really like that
Midnight.
tribe album that much. You said Midnight, of course. Like, those are
That's my style though too, y'all.
amazing.
My bad, interrupt. Yeah, keep going. I just had to ask.
This is an important question.
You good? But no, I love Craig Mack too. Craig Mack is like one of my favorites.
Yeah.
When I tell people who know Craig Mack and I tell them like I'm a fan of Craig Mack and they hear my music, they're like, oh, Craig, it makes so much sense.
Yeah, I was about to say, yeah.
Because he's such an alien rapper. Not too many people know about him, but he's so fire.
I love that.
Craig Mack style with the Q-tip voice.
Right? Yazin Bey
Yeah.
and Rhapsody. I would say I'm like an amalgamation of all them, but there's this element of like Jordan Peele too, because like with like film and just like everything else, I'm just trying to be like
Nope.
You're making a story.
very four-dimensional. Trying to be like one of the best storytellers.
Dude, you're killing it. So you just released episode 3. Can you give us a rundown of what's the story you're telling us for those who have never seen any of the episodes?
So it's intertwined with my life and how like I got out here to the PNW. So like episode 1, me and my ex are trying to figure out what we're gonna do with this kid. And that's a real story. I was trying to figure out what I was gonna do with a kid. And at that time I was like trying to move out to the Pacific Northwest because I had spent time here previous summers and I was like, I gotta get back out there. I didn't know how I was gonna get back out here, but
you know you gotta get here.
I'll figure it out.
And really, like, it took like another like 3 or 4 years to actually end up because I had to go through all that, and learn some hard lessons and things about myself. And then, so the whole like element of the like going outside and like the fantasy realm was kind of like me starting my journey here in the Northwest, like becoming like the descendant of Zach Taylor. So a week after she told me she was pregnant, I went out into the forest and I made my first like Black Ranger video. It was on Snapchat. I went out there in the forest and I was just breaking sticks, and I sped it up. I sped it up and I was doing like all these punch moves and sent it to my friends, and it said Legend of the Black Ranger. They were like, yo, keep doing that. I don't know what that is, but that's ill. I was like, nice. I'm going to keep doing that. And eventually, when I started making music, it just turned into like a rap alter ego. And I was like, oh, this like all connects now. I'm like, man, like, how did I got here like so non-linear. Like if it was like a Snapchat joke, and then all of a sudden it was like, okay, kept developing. Before you know it, I was just like running and like jumping at landscapes like this and like doing like the jump man thing.
The iconic jump pose where he's at. I remember one of the first posters I got from you is just you, and it's just all like the like light and dark blue mountains behind. Mm-hmm. I love it.
Just like that. So yeah, so there's the element of fantasy. So when I fall asleep in like episode 1, it starts like the whole like storyline. There's this captain who protects this magical hammer, and he ends up getting killed by the Nemesis character Smokey. And before he dies, he's like very intuitive. He knows he's gonna die, so he sends a letter out through a pigeon to my character, who's a descendant of the Black Power Ranger, and I have to go on this journey to get the hammer back from the Nemesis character. And the Oracle tells me, there's an Oracle communicating to me telepathically and communicating with Crevens here too. And she tells me to give these mushrooms to my cat so he can grow to the size of a horse, because it's going to be a journey. And
whoa there, Mr. Tim.
Shout out Mr. Tim. Hello there. And so with that, for episode 3, you've done so many. The marketing's been crazy phenomenal, and you're literally about to show is you guys made a beer. How did you even get to the point? How did that come? How did this come to be?
Man, I will say, so my homie Keaton, y'all know Keaton?
Yep.
He used to work for Boundary, and he kind of just like teed it up for us, because we were in like sometimes like ideas, like brainstorming about it like in the past. He's like, dude, at some point you should try to get a beer there. And I'm like, ooh.
Dude, shout out Keaton, yo. That's nice.
Planted a phenomenal seed.
For real. Planted the seed, and all we did was just like, hey, we showed them what we had, and they were like, yeah, we're down to collab and throw an event for y'all. And I was like, man, so grateful.
Shout out Boundary
Are you
Bay.
satisfied with the taste of it?
I am. I like it.
Shout out boundaries.
Hey. God, he didn't say no after I said that.
That'd have been left turn saying, "Oh, cut."
Because the premiere, everyone we knew were sitting in one room, just embracing so much talent from everyone who performed, from Ebony, Morgan, who has a beautiful last name I cannot remember, and
Lanza.
loved her, and then this guy, Chris.
Yeah.
My mom was there, man. It made me happy.
Man, she did come through.
She was talking smack the whole time, having a great time. She was in the movie. I'm talking about when the movie started, she was in it. I'm talking about dialed in.
She loved it.
It was great. It was a heartwarming, very wholesome moment. Mm-hmm. Like the whole community coming together and then realizing, I like a big thing that I heard a lot was people didn't realize how many people actually put in effort and a lot of time for this. Mm-hmm. And it was like, yo, that's dope. And it all starts with your idea. And that means you have something in you that makes sense to everybody. And everybody's like, oh, yeah, no, we with that. We got you. Keep that going, man. I just want to give you some flowers real quick. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man, I appreciate that, man.
It's amazing. Even before we watch your episode 3, it's all of the videos that all of our great friends who are great creatives created in this last year as well, which is you didn't just use your time to uplift what you've been doing. You said all the people who have been helping me.
That part.
And people who aren't even a part of the episode, you're like, you've done something great. Let's show that off. It's amazing.
I do have a very serious. I've been sitting on this one now.
Bring it out. Perfect time.
Episode 1, you start off in reality and you leave it. Are we ever coming back?
To reality? Nah, I don't think so. That's a good question. I think the plan is I'm gonna stay asleep because it's gonna be like where episode 4 is at. It's still very dystopian. Yeah, I'd rather still be asleep.
World too crazy out here, man. We go.
This dream has so much more happening.
For real.
Yo, this episode got trippy, and I love it.
Man, yeah.
So, is there anything else that's coming? Any more premieres? Any shows that's coming up? What else can we expect to see you at?
So I'm playing I'm playing a private event for Weed Maps actually coming up on the 7th.
Okay.
All-Star Weekend down in Seattle.
Round 2, baby.
Yeah, I'm so stoked for that. And I'm playing After Sounds up at Boundary on the 12th with Yanni and Slap and I think DJ Spellcheck, I think his name is.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay. And after that, we're working on some premieres right now. I think we're gonna try to get in the Scope again.
Scope screenings?
Yeah,
down
try to get in the Scope. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, no, shout out Lex Scope, man. He really hit that event that he does. This is at the Hereafter, right?
He's doing his thing.
Those are really cool.
Yeah.
Everyone's just doing their thing. It's crazy.
And eventually, I got to get some music out. I got some albums here in the tuck that need to roll out. But it needs to. I got to get the visuals right too, because the band's album, the Duper Humans, they have all their. Shout out to the Duper Humans. You know, Bone Broth, Mr. Cakes, Sonic Slap, Dr. Wham, the Barn Animal, and the Pit.
It's a team of superheroes.
It's a team.
Don't mess with them.
Right, team of superheroes.
I got this villain.
More ha ha ha.
And like their album is adjacent to episode 4, so I need to like make a bunch of breadcrumbs with like the visuals to make it make sense for when we get to the storyline. That doesn't even start out my storyline in episode 4. It starts off with a different character.
Oh snap! Mm-hmm. Sneak peek info.
Yeah, only on the podcast, baby.
Shut up and listen, be him. Oh man,
It's been crazy.
this has been phenomenal.
Yeah, it's been a great ride, man. Like for real, this is only gonna keep going, and just keep trusting the people around me who know.
You got a team. You got a village.
There's a village. There's a village of people who like actually want to help and be a part of it too, which is it's really
Create
dope.
something
So,
great.
as a last question, just make sure I love picking your brain. If someone just started making music right now, and they're asking you, what's the best piece of advice you can give me to make sure that I'm, really finding or just, what's something that you would want to tell your younger self?
Fundamentals, than personal style, or merge your like personal style with your fundamentals. That's what because if you can become a one of one, that's all you can do as an artist.
I mean, not easy as that, but simple as that. Mm-hmm. But it takes a lot of perseverance and a lot of work too.
For real.
Also, have some fun with it. You know what I'm saying? You gotta have some fun. Yeah? If you're not having fun, what you really doing it for?
Bring your friends along for a ride.
No, for real. I feel like that's one thing I've been learning more. I gotta have more fun with it, because I just been straight like.
You've been working on a whole episode, of course. Mm-hmm. Now it's time to enjoy the episode and have fun with what you made.
Ranger season begins, baby.
Bro, that's the wrestling side of me, though. It's just like locked in.
Discipline.
For real.
Hey, real quick, I'm gonna put him on play. NCAA pro wrestler in the building, man. Right. He'll rock bottom you suplex and duplexes with cool.
That's right. I had my own day back in.
Ain't no way.
Oh yeah, I won states when I was a sophomore in high school, and I had my own day. Jordan Moss.
Own day.
Jordan Moss Day. Mm-hmm.
Well, you know what? From now on, June 26th will be Jordan Moss Day in Bellingham.
Hey, let's go. Tell the mayor.
So on the count of three, let's finish strong right here. Y'all got me? 1, 2, 3, kapow! 1, 2, 3, kapow! 1, 2, 3,
Kapow!
We'll be right back after these messages.
This episode is brought to you by Black Noise Records, located downtown off Bay Street. They pay top prices for records in Bellingham and the greater Bellingham area. Cash and store credit. Go get 10% off your next record purchase when you tell the cashier you've listened to Shut Up and Listen podcast.
This episode is brought to you by Binary Recording Studios, located where? Right here in Whatcom County. Binary has been in business for 1, 2, 3, I don't even know how long, but they are offering the best and the best and the best of the best video and audio production. So if you're a band and you're looking to record an album, or if you have any other audio recording needs, Binary Recording Studio is going to be where you need to go. My boy Bob, he will set you up. He will make sure that you are set up for what? Success. He gonna make sure that you are good to go. And welcome back. So today we love tastemakers. We love people that just we all have our own like particular taste in what we love. But we all have those friends that put us on a lot of new music, right?
Absolutely.
So today we are tapping in with the one and only Nico Sanchez from Black
Noise Records.
Yeah, now we love him to death. And of course, you know, we got to be a little biased with his list. You know, I'm looking at it right now and it makes sense. First up, we have Been Dusty by Cash McClain and OG Neeks. Chef's kiss. Second, we have Jane Doe, Converge. Third, There Will Never Be Another You by Sonny Rollins. Next up, On Our Way to Number 1 by Poison. And last but not least, Michael by Killer Mike. So I don't like that. That was fifth. I need that a little higher up, Nico. This is just, everybody, I love you at home. You might have loved any of those other albums. Cash, I know you feeling biased. But look, Nico, that Michael should have been way higher up. Killer Mike dropped that album.
That's a great album.
At midnight on the East Coast. Every album comes out midnight on the West Coast all the time. I'm from Georgia, right? So we get it at 9 o'clock now. You know that? We get albums at 9. You had to stay up till midnight to listen to the new album. He said, nah, fam. We got to hear like 6 p.m. I know that's such a small thing, but also it's just like a generational piece. It's great. Cash McClain, we love you as well. OG Neeks, that was a phenomenal album. And we're excited to see some more reviews and see what everybody else's top 5 picks are. So, when we think of like instruments, because you know every like chord that you play, any instrument that is played is used for a particular reason. But when you think of like high energy, what instrument do you think of?
Like probably trumpet or saxophones.
Saxophone's jazzy. That's like super soft.
Have you seen them? Have you seen people playing them? A trumpet, you could be playing a jazzy song, but it's all in how that it's
The
their
swagger.
energy.
That's a swagger. I'm thinking more like marching band. You know what I'm saying? Like that, or even
It's all, everyone together is the energy. What do you mean?
speaking of energy and speaking of just one of the coolest bands I've ever seen. I have a story of how I came across them. But everybody, this is Shut Up and Listen. Welcome, Analog Brass. Yeah, how y'all doing today?
Great. Great to be here.
Amazing.
Yeah.
Who do we have from the band here today?
I'm Maxwell. I run the band.
I'm Ronnie. I'm in the band.
And which instrument you guys?
We both play.
Yeah, we'll switch off on trombone and tuba. We'll go back and forth.
Bam.
Yeah.
I love a good tuba.
And I gotta ask because I know it always varies, but what's the actual number of members at this point?
10.
11.
11?
See,
Did you count yourself?
10
3
or 11.
trumpets, saxophone, 3 trombones, sousaphone, drum, 10. You're right.
Okay,
yeah,
10.
and 2
Yeah,
drums.
we're 10
that's
right
what
now.
me and
Yeah.
Jordan were saying too. Yeah,
Yeah,
it's just gotta be 10.
It's always getting a little bit bigger somehow.
People always coming in and coming out, but yeah.
Man, where do you come from?
I love it, but that just makes it more like community, more fluid, and just like really just finding those pockets. That's really dope. I guess let's go back to the beginning. Obviously, how did this start?
Yeah, I started doing like bands back in high school. I would like go busking with people I knew from the All City Marching Band down in Seattle in front of the Space Needle every day during the summer. We raised money for my high school's marching band program.
What year was this? Like what time frame?
We're talking like 2014, 2015 until 2017.
Yeah,
you know, and so we did it. We raised enough money to buy a tuba for my school, and that was like big. It was like, yeah, it's cool to see that pay off, you know. And so, you know, I just kept going with it until we got to college, and started the band back in 2017, and now we're here now.
That's dope.
Yeah. He picked me up around like, I think January 2020 or so.
Ooh, that's a crazy time to get picked up.
That was a
man.
great time to get picked up. I think we had one whack gig, and then the whole pandemic and everything. And so, like from when I started, it was already like a pretty established. They just came fresh off of like playing in Vancouver, BC. Analog Brass goes international, and then Maxwell catches me in the tuba studio, and he's like, "Hey man, you should come play for my band." And I'm like, "Yeah, whatever, dude. Okay, cool." And since obviously after the pandemic, things really started, picking back up again. But it's just kind of been steady.
So how do you guys? So you have 10 of you guys. How do you organize practicing all together? Do you guys practice together, or do you guys just go? Here's your music. Go. Be ready when you get here.
Somehow we, through a lot of texting, a lot of group chats, a lot of phone calls, everybody in the band meets twice a week.
Twice a week. That's
Twice a
crazy
week.
to organize 10 people twice a week.
Do you have a particular practice space, or is it anywhere?
Anywhere. But wintertime, we do it in my house. Out during the summer, you can catch us anywhere down by the waterfront in Bellingham. You know, just pick a space, parking lot. If there's no cars, we're probably there.
Have you guys ever rehearsed in like the where JJ's is, like Fairhaven one? Not Fairhaven, but like the JJ's, like JJ's Junction.
Right.
Like kind of in that area, like a little right by the elementary school. There's that apartment complex.
That's right.
Because I think the first time I ever heard y'all like rehearse, I'm with my friend Noel, and we're just like kicking it on the balcony, and whatever you know. So I was like, hold on, what's going on? Yeah, they be practicing out there all the time, man. I was like, wait, hold on, this is dope. What you mean? And I think it was not even like a week or two later, Mario's house show. So when I saw you guys.
Wow. Yeah.
Dude,
Mario's is so fun. Yeah. Mario's is a great spot.
that was a wild show.
Yeah.
That
I was like, yo, wait, ain't no way. That's the same. Yeah. I just thought that was incredible. That's why we really just finding a different place to practice and bringing so many people together. Just know wherever you at, the people enjoying it. At least I know I was.
Like Max has taken a couple screenshots off like the Bellingham Reddit or something, and people will say like, "Has anybody heard this band?" Just like in a parking lot. Yeah, cool. We're kind of like getting a little bit of a reputation just being the random band. Yeah,
That sounds like guerrilla marketing to me.
That's
Yeah.
right.
you know.
I was like, you just need to get a little banner and be like, hey, by the way, you can find us.
You know how many times somebody like they're riding their bike on and we're rehearsing and then Max says, "Hey, pull out your phone. We're Analog Brass. Yeah, pull out your phone right now, man. Yeah. Find us
We're not just practicing for fun. We do this.
Friday night. You know, yeah.
Yeah, and it's like I've come to learn that you really got to make them pull out their phone and do it. I'm like, pull out your phone. Oh, I'm serious.
Oh,
because
yeah.
most people are like, oh yeah, and it's like, no. I mean,
I'm like, no, I mean it.
come to our show. You're gonna be blown away.
I have to do that from every time. I'm like, oh yeah, no. And they're like, I'll check it. No, I'm like, no. Let me see you type it in and follow.
Yeah, right.
All right, so I something just crossed my mind. Now I kind of want to dig on this one real quick. Been doing shows before 2020 because that's what you say you got picked up. This one made me kind of think of it. Did you play shows before 2020?
No, not really. No,
But did you go to shows?
no. I was like
Like
really
any shows.
You never went to any house show, no
Oh.
venue.
Yeah, really disconnected. I moved to Bellingham, I think, fall of 202019, and then
Oh,
just
so
kind of
the
stuck to my
worst
own.
time to move here.
Yeah. I just kinda
You
stuck
didn't
to my
get to do
own.
anything fun.
And then these guys are like my avenue to like kind of get into the scene in the community and whatnot.
So let's think about it. All right, what is the difference? What would you say is the difference that you can see and you feel from shows, from whether it's house shows or venues, going from before the pandemic, going through it? We all know it was a weird time, but then coming out of it and where it's at now.
Man, dude,
Take your time. I want to hear this.
It's interesting because I remember like one of the first bands I played with here in Bellingham was Beautiful Freaks. This is even before.
Oh my god.
Shout out, Beautiful Freaks. We will get you on here one day. I promise. I promise.
Dude,
Go ahead.
you gotta
my
get
bad.
them up here.
I
Down
know.
from
I love
Seattle.
them.
Dude, I knew those guys since high school. Like we went to the same high school together, and we were in marching band together. Like that's how far back it goes. We were in jazz band together, man.
Makes so
It's
much
cool
sense.
seeing how
Crazy.
much they've grown, and like getting a chance to be part of their journey is really amazing. And so like back then, I remember playing shows. You know, like you're at the alt library or whatever. People are just like back up against the wall, standing completely still.
Yeah, not moving.
They're enjoying the music, but you can't tell. It's like
It makes you feel iffy. You're like, am I doing this right?
yeah.
Do you like me?
Right? And as time goes on, more and more people they start moving, especially after the pandemic. Like you were saying, you know, it's like things changed. Everyone had cabin fever. Everyone's trying to get out and move, you know. And I think that energy has not quite stopped yet. It might just be a wave, but it could just be here to
it
stay.
might go skittle again, but I don't think
I
that's
think it's just
what it is.
picking up again.
I think it's picking up again, as well as I think it's a newfound appreciation for it as well.
Totally.
Because missing 1 year of shows, I was at a show every week, man. I didn't care. Even if it wasn't my show, I would go to the homie show. I go see a show some artist that I know. I'll drive to Seattle, Vancouver, anywhere. And it was always show has always been a big part of my life. And I don't know, that was crazy to not have anything. So when I think it was the 4th of July, the thing that happened at Asabal Park,
Yeah,
Dude,
God, I remember
that was-
that one. Yeah.
it was so good to be back.
Yeah, just like having that again for a little bit. It felt so good.
Everybody's 6 feet apart outside. Just
Oh, yeah.
everybody is real awkward. Everybody's kind of looking at each other.
Can we dance? Can we dance?
Like,
Oh,
you know
no.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, it's crazy to think about, right? Because now today, thinking about like last week and what you did, you probably had everybody just going crazy right next to each other, not thinking about a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. They
Yep.
said we'd never be back to normal. It feels like it's doing pretty good right now.
Better than normal.
Everyone has a new appreciation.
That's not, yeah, like you're saying, that appreciation. People are still riding that wave of like we got this. Like let's have fun let's have fun while we can.
Moment we made it.
Yeah.
And so, speaking of shows, you guys have one coming. You're going to be at the Wild Buffalo. Have you guys played there before, or is this the first time playing at the Buff?
This is my first time. I've never been there, but I don't know about back in the old days.
I don't think we ever got a chance to play at the Buff, honestly. We've had like some telephone back and forth, like, hey, you want to come play a show? Yeah, sure, we're super down, just let us know. And then, like,
Keep playing that phone tag for a while.
yeah. And then they're like, oh, well, maybe they don't want us to play a show. Maybe they're a little bit busy because, like, Wild Buff being Bellingham's, like, biggest music venue, they fill up their schedule pretty quick. They hit us up last summer. It's like back and forth, and then probably schedule filled up. It's just great to have this opportunity now. So we'll be at the Wild Buff this Thursday.
We'll be there.
Yeah.
9 p.m. show. 9
That's
p.m.
right.
Show. I think we're on second. But
featuring Dead End Rhythm Section as well,
Oh, fire.
and Spin Factory.
What?
I know.
I already knew. I'm just kidding. But what? You gotta hype it up. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, I play with the Dead End Rhythm Section. Those guys are really
That's
tight.
bro, I love them.
Me
love
too.
them. Every time I've seen them, phenomenal. Just snapping front to back. They don't miss a beat. They're so dialed in, and I love that.
That's awesome.
I can always appreciate when the.
So it's really just not a show to miss, is what I'm gathering.
Most definitely.
Gotta be there.
So you haven't played there, have you? Like, you can tell us the worst or the best.
No, let's do worse. Because I know you got a van, right? Congratulations on the van, man. But I want to hear the worst. Like even if it's not the worst, and if you both have a different one, which story on tour or just at a show that was just a shit show? I apologize, just a shit show.
Oh man.
I'd say probably for me, one of my worst shows is when we were first figuring out like how to book shows down I-5 and like do quote unquote touring, not like full tours, but like small regional tours where we're out for the weekend, we come back, we go down to Eugene and Oregon and we like tap a venue on the shoulder and then we race back as fast as we can because we got work,
Yeah. You gotta pay the bills, man.
You got so many people to take a day off. That's hard.
Oh my
that
God.
too.
Yeah, no, that weight's heavy, It's like I don't want to waste these people's time, but also like we got to get out if we're going to do it, So go all the way down to Eugene. Everyone's completely delirious, because we're getting like 4 hours of sleep every single night. We aren't really pacing ourselves because we don't know what we're doing. And we play for like,
I know exactly what you're saying with that one.
We're just so excited to be out on the road.
You in the moment.
You
in
know?
the moment.
Oh my God, man. And I'm just like, I'm like so delirious that we're like talking around a table before the show even started, before like the doors even open. And I pick up a piece of pizza. It's like wrapped in tinfoil and I drop it on the ground. And everyone in the band, they just start bursting into laughter. They're like, what's so funny about this? But, it's too tired to make any sense of it, So that was my worst show.
Running on empty.
What happened during the show? You gave me the setup for it. What happened at the show?
It was dead. It was so dead. It was one guy spinning in circles for an hour while we played.
He enjoyed it.
He really enjoyed it.
Shout out my guy spinning in circles. Bro.
That's right.
We love you forever, bro.
Spin master, bro.
Oh god. I don't know. For me, it's like we've had a lot of just dud shows, just like in the middle of a garage
like
and
that,
like
though.
5 people in the crowd. Yeah, just doing nothing. One show that sticks out for me, it was a newer music venue that was kind of rehauled from this old church. And they kept all of the pews in there. It was all just like church pew
Where
seating.
is this at?
Down in Portland.
Yo.
He's like, I want to be there.
But so this particular night we played, it was like us and one other group, and it was pretty chill. But upstairs they had children's choir rehearsing, and it was bleeding a ton. And then even worse was downstairs was this club and just a unbelievably loud dance party, and just boom, 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 boom. We hear from the bottom of the floor the whole time. We're like, okay.
This doesn't sound like a good time to be playing at, but that sounds like a cool.
It was
It sounded like a dope video.
Whenever you can go wherever, and like on stage.
Every floor is a different vibe.
It's nuts.
What if though? Like, how clearly could you hear that? I'm plotting right now, right?
Okay, yeah.
How clearly could you hear the thuds coming from downstairs? It was it was a nice tempo.
It was a really nice tempo.
Yeah.
The context for that was it was a community event. It only happens like a couple times a month or something like that. And it moves around. It was an Ethiopian community dance night. And
That's hard,
those
bro.
guys go off. Let me
Yeah, they
freaking
don't
tell
know,
you.
yeah.
Their music, they're like, yeah, this thing is based around the heartbeat. I was talking to them, super nice guys.
It is.
But then they're like boom, 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 boom from downstairs, literally all night. And so it's like, our audio engineer, they're like turning the mics further and further up. And during the last band set, it's like feeding back literally every 3
it's
minutes.
too high, everything's too high.
Yeah. So we have band members jumping off stage and being like, covering their ears, all that kind of stuff. Meanwhile, the kids from downstairs, because the parents, they're turning up downstairs, the kids come upstairs and they start screaming. They're getting in the pews. There's about 10 people in the audience, and they're literally
Sounds like an Adam Sandler movie, bro.
top of their lungs. And I'm just like enjoying the music, but every now and then I'm looking up at them. I'm like,
Discombobulated show. Everyone else who was in the building was
I
having
was
a
gonna
great
say
time.
use the thuds and use the choir, make that like a part of the song, but it don't seem like it was meshing at all, bro.
It's getting spread apart. Yeah.
Best show.
Best show.
Yeah.
That show.
Best show.
It's happening on Thursday.
That's true. If you want to see our best show, come to the Wild Buffalo.
Actually, yeah, the Wild Buff show is going to be insane. I'm kind of fangirling a little bit, seeing like other huge artists there. Like we saw Soul Rebels, another like a legendary brass band, come out as Wild Buff, and to be able to play on that, like share that stage in a way, like I'm just beyond
So it's a
excited.
good feeling.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna tell you what, y'all gonna make a circle. I'm gonna break dance in the middle, mid set.
Right, dude.
He
Bringing
will.
you right up.
Don't play with me, I will.
He will.
We're gonna get it on camera. We're gonna put it in the next snippet. We're gonna have this conversation right here. It's gonna go. Oh damn, my bad, Bob. Break dancing. Don't play this part. Break dance. And then we right back. Yeah, so man, I can't wait to see that show.
That'll be awesome.
Well, I'm so happy you guys made the trek to come join this. You guys, the whole ensemble is just amazing to see, and it just
Next time we'll have 10
so
mics.
many shows going back to back to back for 10 people to all coordinate. It is such an impressive feat to do, and I'm super excited to see you at the Buff.
I guess one last thing is, where the recordings at? Do we have anything recorded? Everything out?
I
That's
saw the
right.
snippet of a music video.
Yes, yeah, we have a music video coming out on July 10th. Yes, 7/10. It's coming up real
around
soon.
the corner.
Oh yeah, we were actually recording for
Last
it
night.
yesterday. Yeah, last night.
Last night we were recording
had
for it.
Our saxophone player in the shower. We had him on top of the van. We had him in the picnic table.
Sounds
all over.
spicy.
A little
Spicy.
spicy, dude. A little.
It's a saxophone player, you know? And I saw the Instagram video. I said, oh, no way.
Yeah, I'm really excited for that.
You know, album next fall,
Next fall, maybe this fall.
maybe or this coming fall. Yeah. So after summer.
Oh yeah, we're
How the
planning on
seasons
doing
go.
like band retreat just to close out these last couple songs. But we've been sitting on probably about 9 or 10 songs for the last, 8 months. Yeah, and I'm looking at you, bro,
know.
because we got to get stuff rolling.
I'm ready. I'm gonna tap in. Yes. I'm gonna tap in. We're gonna shut up and listen.
Hey, and cut.
But thank you guys for coming out today. It means so much.
It has been a great time. Thank you, guys.
Awesome to be here. Thank you.
Thanks.
Everybody shut up and listen. Go ahead and tap into Analog Brass. We'll see you at the Buff. So everybody make some noise for Analog Brass. If you're in a car, you're at home, just go man, 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 man. One time for the one time. Nah, they're phenomenal human beings. They make really cool music, and I'm just really happy that they can make it today. I guess we can just like slide right into the next section. In the future, I would love you guys' help as well. Like we say, we want to make this a community-based project. We're gonna go like just reviews of some things that have been coming out recently, and we may not catch everything. We only know like the folks that we know and who we can find on Instagram. We might have missed a post, or we might have missed like some kind of like announcement. So help us out with this. But for right now, what we have this week, we know Cash McClain, Ben Dusty, out now, all platforms. And then the next, so after Ben Dusty, we do have our next album up is Moving Lips Just to Please by The Weirds. Very excited. I've actually got a little sneak peek of this, and I need to tap into the rest of this. And from there, for shows, what we got on the calendar, Morgan?
All right, so starting strong on June 29th at Boundary Bay, there's going to be a happy hour barbecue.
We all love a happy hour.
Everyone loves a barbecue. And it's going to be in the beer garden with live music. And this one's starting early. It's starting at 5 p.m. You have Jay Irwin and the GP Sunsets, a legendary singer-songwriter, so you don't want to miss it. There will be a trivia in between that time frame, but we're picking it right back up at 8 p.m., and the music will continue with 3 for Silver, Keon Dye, and the local band Madrona. And it's all ages up until 10 p.m. So bring your kids, bring your fam, bring your dog, bring everyone you know. We'll be there.
That sounded to me like people going to turn up, ask some questions, and answer some questions, get in their brain, and then turn up again. I love that. I'm here for it.
It's a full turn-up day.
Music trivia, music, let's go.
Following up right after on July 1st at the Makeshift Slumber Party, Heavy Bandit, Tracy Tyler, and Rose and the Sleeping Giants and Petri Dish will be taking over there at the same time. So you got to pick and choose, unfortunately, because at this Wild Buffalo, we're going to have Pedro the Lion, a legendary, and Eric Walters opening up for him. So you don't want to miss that either. So be in two places at once if you can.
I hate that this happens. You know, very often a lot of
It's always
shows
the
are
great shows at the same day.
having the same time. But hey, find that crowd, find your people, and then let us know about it. Cause I'm gonna see you at all of them anyways. You know, I'm a teleporter now. Keep going. My bad.
Yeah, two places at once. Right, the next day on July 2nd, they're at the Shakedown. It is a 21 plus show, but it's going to be an indie pop garage vibe. You have performing Who Is She, Seraphima, and the Shakedowns with Seattle band Madam Monarch. Great friends. Make sure you're there. It's going to be fun. And then on July 3rd, Boundary Bay is killing it. They just back to back with the live music. There will be a barbecue in the beer
Sounds like
garden,
guns out.
and it's going to be North Sound Soul will be playing. And it's from 7 to 9, so it's all ages, all the whole time. So bring everyone you know. Tell your friends, bring your mom, bring your kids.
Bring your wife, bring your dog, bring your cat, bring your vibes, bring your dance moves, bring the sunshine, because it's the beer garden. It's Bellingham, and we back for another again. Say shut up and listen. Thank you guys for tapping in today.
But that's what we have going on for the calendar. I think it's just time to
Yeah.
part our ways now.
Thank you for letting us steal your ears, and thank you for making this happen.
It's been great being able to promote all the local artists that are performing is such a blessing, honestly. And getting to know so many of them personally is a great experience.
And yeah, if basically we need your help. If you see or you hear anybody on this podcast that you love, boost them, show them the love, give them their flowers, because everybody deserves their flowers while they're here. And that's a big mission that I've been standing by for a while now. And this has been so much fun. So actually, everybody listen to the first one. I owe you like a hug and maybe a beer, depending like how many beers that is. But you know,
If you're of age.
I had to go on deep, but yeah, you know what I'm saying. I owe you some love and I appreciate you. We appreciate you. The whole team here does. But from right now, shut up and listen to some local music. Hey, peace out, Bellingham.
All platforms. Don't forget that Shut Up and Listen is produced by Rocket Soul Studios and recorded in Binary Recording Studio, though.